Take out this time to do some gardening. Plant this tavioka, plant other things around.
The Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Agriculture, sir. Thank you for those welcoming remarks. The Deputy Commissioner and the senior officials from the Office of the Commissioner Northern Committee. The heads of government departments here represented. Representatives from the non-government organizations, the senior management staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, and the farmer, owner of the house, the backyard farmer, Mr. Prasad, and your good wife and your family. The rest of our friends were gathered here this morning, our friends from the media, the chiefs and the people of Labasa, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Isa Bulanaka, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum. And a very good afternoon to you all. Now, once again, it's indeed an honor and pleasure for me to be here with you this afternoon in Labasa to inaugurate this very important government initiative through the Ministry of Agriculture, that of backyard or home gardening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I would like to emphasize the importance of backyard gardening, as it is being arguably one of the many common ways of interacting with nature and an equally enjoyable popular pastime in many countries too, including here in Fiji and certainly here in Labasa. Now, there is also an increasing awareness among researchers and health practitioners around the world of the health benefits derived from home gardening activities. There are a lot of benefits when you plant your own food and you exercise daily by tending to your garden. And as you know, you can see from Mr. Prasad, he looks very fit and healthy. Well done, sir. I need to talk to you some more after this. I believe that this benefit is one of the many reasons why the ministry wishes to initiate and promote such a program here in our beloved country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Agriculture had recently introduced 5 new initiatives, which are now new policies to be implemented to further improve agricultural development within our country, covering all the sectors. Now, these policies, I'm sure some of you know them well. The establishment of fruit tree orchards policies, and I look forward to visiting some of your orchards to sample some of the fruits. If I may, upscaling of pulses seed production policy, or at last to grow more cabbages and rice, we need the seeds. So that's included in one of these policies. Now, backyard gardening policy, we're talking about it now. Optimizing the use of John cow grass to enhance livestock production policy. Now, the cattle farmers and the sheep farmers and the goat farmers, I think they will be interested in this. And of course, the commercial agriculture package policy. Now, in April of this year, for your information, ladies and gentlemen, the establishment of fruit tree orchards was launched in Singatoka, and the backyard gardening program in Tavo, respectively. In fact, I was involved in the launching of this initiative in Tavo some months ago. Now, I'd like to encourage and challenge you to continue to establish and practice home gardening in your various communities to ensure that you gain maximum benefit from it. I think very few homes I can see rice, cabbages, and some other crops out there, right next to the road. Now, from a personal perspective, it certainly improves your physical fitness and helps you maintain a healthy lifestyle. As a former soldier, and I still believe in keeping fit, and as you've heard, I'm the champion in promoting government's wellness program. And for your information, every morning we go for our runs, and when we come back, we spend another hour planting more tavioka and dalo and yams in my garden. So I'm very interested in farming. Today we will be distributing to selected households, only to selected households, but hopefully we can extend the program to more people. A backyard gardening package worth about $65, which includes a guide for gardeners, important for beginners, potting bags, seeds of 4 crops, and fruit trees. Thank you, sir, for providing that package. Now, each recipient will be required to fill a backyard gardening farmer's profile form. Now, why did we have to do that? Because of the fact we need to keep track for future planning. And for obvious reasons, we need to keep a record on how you are progressing. Now, this will allow the Ministry of Agriculture and staff to monitor the gardeners' activities, evaluate the impact of the program, and help you as and when required. Now, ladies and gentlemen, most economists view home gardening as a key facet of alleviating poverty. Now, if you recall, one of government's initiatives is to try and reduce or alleviate poverty within our country. Now, they can still grow many of their favorite vegetables, as Mr. Prasad is doing, and even sell the surplus to generate extra income for the family. It's very important. You see a lot of roadside stalls springing up right throughout the country. It is good for the economy, and it's good for the community members who promote and carry out this program. Now, considering these benefits and ensuring that no one is left behind, the Ministry had piloted the program to target urban and peri-urban areas along the Batau corridor in Vitilevu and now here in Labasa. And hopefully when I go to South tomorrow, I will be preaching the same message to our folks down in South. It's all right for rural farmers and those from the maritime provinces. But in the urban centers and the peri-urban centers, sometimes we don't have much land. So any piece of land around your homes would be better utilized if you can plant your own cabbages and your tomatoes. Now, out of the pilot program, 60 homes in Bai and Tau have established their own home garden. 60, you can still do with some more. I'm not too sure what the number is in Labasa. I hope it will grow. About 20, according to the secretary. So I haven't got the mail from us here, but I'm interested to know how many households are there, the whole town. So 20 out, that has room for improvement. Now here in Honolulu, I believe that this home in Sekula Road, Labasa Town, is the best location where we can witness the program firsthand, as you've seen. It's out there in the front yard. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as to be expected, there is now much more attention being given to home gardening as a strategy to enhance household and food and nutrition security and providing multiple environmental and ecological benefits. Now, there are more benefits to be derived from home gardening apart from the financial gauge, the environment and the ecological benefits. And recognize the values and potential of home gardens to enhance food security and livelihoods. Numerous initiatives have been launched by government. Now, I spoke to the government officials about food security. Food security, we've got to be careful. In some communities, including my home island of Rutuma, we tend to rely too much on what we buy from the supermarkets. Let's grow our own tavioka and our dalo and eat healthy food. Now let's try and get away from eating too much processed food. Now, subsequently, new and innovative home gardening technologies will be introduced to sustain costs, and you have the ministry to help you in that regard. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this initiative, home gardening, will be introduced to households in the 4 geographical divisions. So, part of my duty as the president is to go around Fiji and promote this initiative, and I take great pleasure to do that. And in comparison to those in the rural areas, many of those living, like you, in the urban centers are always challenged by limited land area space for planting. Let's not be disheartened. Utilize what you have around your house properly. Many families living in this area are still struggling to properly afford the cost of living. The cost of living is sadly very high at times, but if you complement your income by growing your own cabbages and growing your own vegetables and planting your own root crops, it helps. Many maintain single-parent homes and social welfare benefit families struggling to make ends meet, and this is one way of improving your economic status. Now, therefore, these programs will introduce very simple techniques, such as horizontal and vertical container methods to optimize space for planting. Now, you talk to your agriculture officers and your agriculture team here in Labasa to see how you can do this. I know that in some areas we use the bamboo, we use the old guttering of the houses, fill them up with soil, put the cabbage seed in there. You have a garden. You're all aware of the harmful impacts of chemicals and pesticides, and for your information, very soon, and for those of you who read the papers over the last couple of days, government is now going to ban the use of weed killers, Gramoxone, Roundup, some other brands. I was very unpopular when I tried to do that in Ret'd some years back. I was fighting a one-man battle, but thank God, what I warned them some years ago is now going to be low. My advice to the chiefs and the people of my home island is, look, let's think of the future generations of our people. What sort of a soil or an environment are we going to leave behind for them? So in a way, I'm very thankful that the government has taken up the challenge, so it's going to ban the use of weedicides. It's not only poisoning the soil, it's poisoning you, the person as well. So for those of us who like gardening, go back to our old way of farming. Our ancestors, our forefathers used to use their hand and the knife. Now, the backyard gardening programs ensure that people cultivate food using safe practices such as organic farming. Organic farming, we can look at the niche market for Fiji, and hopefully we can have organic sources of food. Now, if you do that, for those of you who have been overseas, if you go to big supermarkets, it's divided into two where they sell the food. You either have modified or genetically modified food on one side, and you have the organic food on one side. Go for the organic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm particularly impressed with this initiative because it complements my other role, and I'd like to talk to you about other roles. As you've heard, I champion and I promote healthy living, because sadly, too many of our people are dying of NCD-related ailments, high blood pressure. I'm not a doctor, but you don't have to go to medical school to figure that out. It's the choices we make, what we eat, and how we live our lives. So for your information, my team and I, we go for morning rounds, as you've heard. We go and they call it a Kamkaro program, planting more tavioka and dalo before we change into our suits and go and work in the office. And in the afternoon, we do the same. So for those of you who are going to come to Suva, you're most welcome to come to the State House and have a look at our garden. We're just in the process of completing the renovation of the State House, and after which, I've told the Prime Minister I'd like to open it out to the public so you can come and have a look at the compound, but I want to show you my garden too. Healthy living, we all want to live long, but we can if we make the right choices. Now, why I'm saying that is because too many, sadly, of our people are dying of NCD right now, high blood pressure, diabetes, genetic. Now, and sadly, government spends about $400 million every year. $400 million, that's a lot of money. Money that can be spent in improving education, health facilities, whatever. And sadly, we have to use that money to look after the sick. Now, gardening is useful, as you've heard. We grow our own food, we eat healthy food, and we stay healthy. And I'm sure Mr. Prasad can talk to you about a sense of satisfaction of being a farmer. You grow your own food. There's nothing like watching your dalo grow, or your cabbages or your tomatoes bear fruit. When I was gardening in Ret'd, my friends and relatives used to ask me, General Konrote, why are you spending so much time in your garden? I said, it's simple. I love to watch what I plant grow. It is going back to nature. You and I will have to identify with nature and then just look after the environment, and let's grow some more. It's good for the national economy. On that note, I'd like to say thank you once again to the Secretary. Mr. Reddy was here yesterday, the officials of the Agriculture Department, government officials who are here with us today. For your information, I've just been planting trees now with the soldiers and with the officials up in the Kuka area. I'm also here to promote the government's initiative in planting trees. It has to do with looking after the environment. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you. Congratulations to Mr. Prasad and his family, and thank you for having us in your lovely home. And I look forward to talking to you before we leave. And for all our friends here in Labasa, thank you for coming to be with us this morning. I see more ladies than men. That's interesting. So obviously, women are very dominant in Labasa. As the President and Head of State, I support government's initiative, gender equality, empowering women. Sometimes, we've got to be careful. The old English adage that beside a great man is a great woman. Looks like it's going to be the other way around. Beside every woman, there is a man. So thank you, ladies. I look at your faces, and I know that you have backyard gardens at home too. So keep up the good work, and let's continue to plant and eat healthy vegetables and fruits and stay healthy. Now, may Almighty God continue to bless you, your families, and bless Labasa, the Northern Division, and all our friends up here in Manaleon. Nawaleon, Nanawan, Shukriya, Payashan. Thank you all. Thank you. There we go. Congratulations. Thank you. There we go. Well done. No one. Congratulations.
Labasa Special School to also participate in this.
You're doing a great job. There we go. Right? Okay. So, now we're done. This is Sam. Now we're done.
Now we'll call upon
only the news of the factor will be, because of the to our backup gardeners, to our home gardeners rather, thank you very much for your time and thank system. To eat healthy food with your neighbors. Okay? The ministry, thank you very much, His Excellency. We really appreciate it.
That's it.